Welcome to the MTG Rocks channel. This is Jake Vyper about to play best of 3 standard with this Nexus Reclamation deck. So we're playing best out of 3 because Nexus of Reclamation, as you probably know, is already banned in best of 1 standard in arena. It's just too good in best of 1, and it's hard to prepare for it when you can't sideboard against Nexus of Fate. So it makes sense why it's banned. This deck has some few updates with some War of the Spark cards. It got the new Tamiyo, which is great at helping us find Nexus of Fate with its +1 ability. Sometimes we miss, but a lot of times we get lucky, get Nexus of Fate dig righted, especially when you combine it with the Teferi and draw spells. We can easily get back our Nexus of Fate because Nexus of Fate comes back to the deck. And so our goal is to chain a bunch of turns with Nexus of Fate and keep drawing it. This deck is also running the new Teferi Time Raveler, which is excellent against control. Can also be good against aggro. When you play turn 3, then bounce their creature, you get a card, or it could be a good distraction. They could focus their attacks on Teferi early turns, so you can, while you build up mana, so you can eventually chain the Nexus of Fate. Deck also main decks one Dovin's Veto, excellent against control, and another excellent against control card is Commence the Endgame because it can be countered and it provides a mass creature equal to the number of cards in your hand. Plus it also has 2 cards and it's instant speed, so it can provide a blocker against aggro. It's great against control. This card is nuts. This is pretty much the kill condition of this deck because we can bring it back with Tamiyo and make a bigger amassed creature. We can play multiple times, because even though we only have 1 copy, thanks to Tamiyo. This deck also runs Wilderness Reclamation, which is an essential part of this deck because it helps us untap all our lands, so we can tap them again to add additional mana to get enough mana so we can play Nexus of Fate at the end step, or so that we can have enough mana to fog or counter during our opponent's turn. On our sideboard, we got a good amount of cards against aggro and also against control, but we have a solid plan against aggro, especially mono red. We got Arboreal Grazer, excellent at blocking our opponent's small creatures and ramping us up because we can play an additional land with the turn it comes into play. Return to Nature is overall a versatile card that could get rid of an enchantment, artifact, or can ruin someone's graveyard strategies. Dovin's Veto, of course, excellent against control. Narset, good against control. Murmuring Mystic, it's good against aggro decks, provides a solid blocker, and it could make you more 1/1 bluebirds. Lyra, of course, is awesome against against aggro. Sorry about that. And Nissa is overall a versatile card, could provide good amount of bodies to protect against aggro, and it's just overall a ridiculous one of the best planeswalkers, ridiculously good from War of the Spark. So let's play a best of rank with this best of traditional rank with Nexus Reclamation. See how we do. Playing against Kashmir. Alright. Play first. Not the exact hand I want to see, but I think it's playable. 5 lands. At least we have a Root Snare. Commence the Endgame. We'll keep it. Okay, he mulliganed down to 5. Play Breeding Pool. Okay, Azorius Guildgate, maybe a guild deck. A Guildgate deck. Ban. Okay. Maybe ban mid-range? He's just using the Guildgate as a way to fix his mana. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a Guildgate deck, looks like. Next turn we can play Teferi. Well, it's scary that he hasn't played anything yet. So this is traditional standard, so it means it's best out of 3. So we have to win 2 games to win the entire match. Okay. Arboreal Grazer. Is this a high alert deck? You know, high alert is that enchantment that makes his creatures deal damage equal to their toughness. So he might have a lot of high toughness creatures. I'm gonna go ahead and play Teferi here. He might have a counter spell though. I don't know what kind of deck he's running. He might have Dovin's Veto. Oh, negate. Classic negate. Okay. At least next turn we can play Commence the Endgame. Then the turn after that, we can play Nexus of Fate. We'll have enough mana. I guess we'll just do Commence the Endgame at the end of his turn. Okay, Guild Summit's good. It'll help him draw some cards. Okay, Guild Summit. So, great thing about Commence the Endgame, they can't counter it. So we'll just commence the Endgame at the end of their turn. Sure. Then we'll make, I believe, a 6/6 zombie army token with its amass. Because we'll be drawing 2 cards from Commence. Okay, so we'll go Commence. Gotta love that art. We got a 6/6 body. Then we can Nexus. I guess we can attack for now. You know what? I'm not gonna Nexus yet because I don't think it. Well, I'll just go ahead and Nexus. We might have a counter spell though. Okay, so the great thing about Nexus, even if they counter it, it goes back to our deck, so we can draw it again. That's annoying. At least we can Chemister's Insight. I hope he doesn't have another negate. It's pretty interesting that he runs 2 negates on the main. Might have to run more creatures next game. So he's to dull his negates. Attack 4/0. Okay, we got Absorb. So I think we're gonna attack. Okay, then we can Chemister's Insight on him at the end of his turn. Then Absorb whatever he plays. Looks like he's not getting his key spells. So we're gonna go with Chemister's Insight. If he counters that, you can go ahead and counter it. Oh, Nexus of Fate. I'm not gonna let that resolve. I mean, I could. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll let it resolve. I'm just gonna save Absorb for something more important, I guess. Okay. Just gotta try to chain Nexus, I guess. Please don't tell me I have a Nexus of Fate. Again. So it's a Nexus of Fate deck as well with the Guild Gate, with the Gate Twist. That's pretty interesting. Not worth absorbing. Okay, so he's ramping up, gaining life. He doesn't have enough to Nexus in instant speed, so we can just play Chemisters, jumpstart Chemisters. Okay, great. So we got Wilderness Reclamation. We'll just play this, then play Wilderness Reclamation, so we can untap. We'll go ahead swing. Okay. So we're gonna untap because of Wilderness at the end of our turn. So we'll go ahead, play Chemister's Insight. In turn, I'm gonna tap this land before we untap, so we have mana. Now we have 4 mana. We can Chemisters again. I'm gonna discard a land. Draw 2. Pass. Now we discard another card. Discard our Hallowed Fountain. So if he tries to Reclamation again, we can... Oh, I guess we can absorb that. Yeah, I'm gonna absorb that. I think we want him to have Azcanta. Alright, so I won game 1. Looks like the mulligan really slowed him down. So he runs a good amount of enchantment. So we'll probably put our Return to Natures here. He runs negates, so we're gonna run Dovin's Veto and a good amount of non-creature spells. Probably play Narset. Let's see what we take out. Looks like he doesn't run a lot of creatures, at least in the main. We're not gonna take out Commence because I think it's great against his deck. We might take out the Root Snares though, because I don't think he's aggro heavy. But he might change his plan on the sideboard, so we have no idea how he's gonna do it. So we have to remove 1 more card. He might bring in more enchantment removals. I guess I can take out maybe an Absorb? No. I want to counter his key spells. Wow, I don't know what to remove yet. No, I'm not gonna remove a Teferi. Teferi is great because he runs. I expect him to still run a good amount of counter spells. Guess we could run Nissa. Maybe just one Azcanta. No, I'll return just one Return to Nature. I don't know what to take out. Yeah, we'll run that. See how we do. Narset is good because it cancels his the Guildgate Summit draw. So we won game 1 against Guildgate Nexus. Okay, so I guess you could Growth Spiral turn 2, then have enough mana for Dovin's Veto. Okay, looks like no Arboreal. Play that tap. Nexus? Okay. Pearl, nothing. I'm gonna leave mana open just in case I need to Dovin's Veto something. The desk can tap 1 mana of any color. So we're gonna go with Spiral Heal. If he negates, so be it. We tap. Okay, so we can cast this. Guess you can play Tamiyo, but he might have a negate. Probably has negate. Oh, he doesn't. Cool.
Every story is an opportunity for new data.
Okay, I'm guessing Nexus of Fate? Shoot, I missed. So, yeah, sometimes we'll miss with Tamiyo, but it still has a lot of loyalty. We can -3 if we need to. We can bring back Narset. Guild Summit, okay. I guess we have to bring back Narset now. Ooh, Reclamation. Wow. Or I could play Teferi first. Probably play Teferi first. No, I'll play Reclamation. And minus... No. Let's go try to get Nexus.
Find my notes helpful.
Shoot. At least we have more cards in the graveyard to get from. We need to leave mana open for Dovin's Veto. So that's drawing him cards. We need to play Narset. Is he passing the turn? Growth Spiral. Cool, we got Nexus of Fate. And Wilderness Reclamation. So it's probably best to get Narset back. There's Narset. There's Narset.
I follow the tracks of the wise.
If he tries to counter it, we have backup Dovin's Veto. Oh, we can't counter his Dovin's Veto. Great. I forgot he could run Dovin's Veto. Maybe you could have Nexus that one. I'm not gonna let that resolve. I guess you can play... Teferi. He probably has Negate. Or we can just commence the endgame, then have enough mana for Chemister's Insight.
To the library.
I'll try to get Nexus. Okay, I guess we can Chemisters and have enough mana for Commence. Probably counter it. Oh, he copies it. Sure, you can copy it. Play a land. He stepped out, so we can do our Nexus trick. Because we can tap this, then land, resolve, then tap all our lands. 4, 5, 6. No, not our land. We don't have to tap all our lands. Go Nexus. Okay, so... Okay, we got that. All right, so one first match, first best of 3 match.
Nothing phases me.
Play maybe one more. Nerdy noob. Okay, playing first. 3 planeswalkers commence. We'll keep it. This is a good hand against control. Play Teferi turn 3 and they don't counter it. They can't counter our stuff. They can't even counter this one. Alright, so we're playing Hallowed Tap. So many control meta right now. I think there's more control decks than mono red. At least that's what I've seen recently. Okay, so looks like maybe mono blue tempo. Grixis, Esper, Dimir, Teamer. I'm wrong. All my guesses were wrong. Okay, so no reason to hold off mana. So we'll go play Teferi.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint. Trust me, I have a plan.
So maybe we're playing against Teamer Reclamation here.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Play Tamiyo. So great thing about Teferi is
I am Tamiyo.
we're confident to play our spells because they won't be able to play at instant speed anyway. Nothing in the graveyard, so we're gonna go +1.
Let me aid your research.
I'll try to get Nexus of Fate. Or actually Wilderness Reclamation, maybe. I always keep choosing. Oh wow, we got. So there you go. We didn't miss this time. So we're in good shape right now. We can Wilderness Reclamation. And he won't be able to counter it thanks to Teferi, unless he gets rid of that. What's his deck? I guess we can Wilderness Reclamation, then have enough mana to commence. Because we'll have 1 mana before we untap, open. Okay, 4 lands. Rawl. This is new. Okay, scry 1.
Do you like the gauntlets? Built them myself.
Looks like he's about to copy some crazy spells. Okay, looks like we got a mark at the end step. Can't really bounce that, so we'll just +1 here. Resolve.
That's more like it.
Play our Wilderness Reclamation. See if we can get Nexus. I'm gonna type Nexus of Fate.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Missed. What do you have in graveyard? All lands. Wow. I guess that helped. Okay, so no attacks. We tap land, untap, so we'll have 6 mana total. I just hope he doesn't do any crazy combo. Commence the Endgame. So we're gonna have a 5/5 here that could start attacking Rawl, but we're tapped out, so that's the bad news. I guess we can -3 commence again. Now you resolve a Wilderness Reclamation. Oh, he might go -2 now and copy an instant or sorcery. Okay, that was quick. So I noticed in best of 3, there's a lot of reclamation decks. Because they can't do it on best of 1. So it looks like this is some kind of control deck with Brawl. So it's going to be a spell heavy deck. I don't think Root Snares will matter much. So we'll board out the Root Snares. I guess Narset is good. Yeah, we'll put Narset. We'll put our Dovin's Veto. I didn't see any enchantments or artifacts, so I don't think Return to Nature will matter much. I think maybe Nissa is good, because the more threats we have against controlled, it's good. So I think, oh, he does have Reclamation, so we're gonna put these. Put out a Nissa. Maybe put out a Tamiyo. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. We want to get rid of the Reclamation. So we won first game of the second match. Okay, so we can grow Spiral turn 2, maybe turn 3 Tamiyo. Because we can ramp up, play additional land with Growth Spiral. Or maybe Narset is a better play. Let's see what he plays first, though. Because Narset could give us card advantage early. Okay, game 2. Let's see what he plays. He mulliganed. Okay. He might play Carnage Tyrant against us. Okay. Play Breeding Pool tap. We don't have White Source. Oh, we do. We do have White Source. We have Temple Guard. Okay, so search for Azcanta. Spyglass. Nice. That's good against Planeswalker heavy decks. But we have an artifact removal. We boarded in 2 artifact removals, so he said Narset. So it looks like we're gonna ramp into Tamiyo instead of Narset, because we won't be able to activate Narset's ability. So we'll go ahead and grow Spiral just in case he has some counter spell. Put that, enter tap. We're done. So he might be prepared for a counter spell here. Okay, he's digging. A lot of scopes. Maybe it's a scope team deck. So Narset's useless. So he can't counter. So we're gonna go play Tamiyo. He might have another Spyglass though. I'm gonna type Wilderness Reclamation. Hope we don't miss. Oh shoot! We return to nature and commence the endgame. Enter the graveyard. I guess tell me. Oh, what? Quit too early, guys! Come on, let me have some fun. All right, so looks like this deck's pretty consistent. I wonder if it's gonna be much harder against Esper Control. All right, let's play one more match. See how we do. We've been doing a lot of War of the Spark deck, so check out our channel to see our recent War of the Spark videos. We did a Feather Boros deck. Brian McCormick did that. And I recently did the new Is It Phoenix with the new Saheeli. It works great. So check those videos out if you haven't seen them yet. Alright, so we're playing first, looks like. No, opponent goes first. So Dovin's Veto, Absorb, and we don't have mana issues. We'll keep this. Looks like it's a solid hand against control with all these counter spells, and looks like we're going against control. Play Breeding Pool tap. Esper Control. That's not good. Oh, got rid of our Wilderness. Okay, so we want to have enough mana to Dovin's Veto, but he knows you have Dovin's Veto. Okay, so he might have Dovin's Veto. I'm gonna play this tap. Play Search for Azcanta. If he has a counterspell, good. He doesn't. He doesn't have Dovin's Veto. But he has Dreadhorde Invasion. Okay, looks like we're not playing against the typical Esper control deck. We're playing against probably Esper Invasion. We want to keep that on top because we need lands. We want to be able to play our 4 mana spells. Pay 2 life. We'll hold off mana so we can counter whatever he has. So this card is pretty solid. We're gonna counter that for sure. He might have a Spell Pierce though. Absorb. Gain life. Library. Play Teferi. Didn't have enough mana for Dovin's Veto. Might.
Keep up the pace.
Great thing about Teferi against Amass creatures is if we can use -3 to make that disappear permanently, but the Dreadhorde will still keep making armies. So we untap that, so we have enough mana for Dovin's Veto. But that keeps getting bigger, so that's the problem. And yep, he's gonna attack the Teferi here. I guess we'll put in Graveyard. We don't have a Reclamation yet. We need to draw the other Teferi, so he won't be able to play spells. I guess we can go ahead. Chemister's Insight. So we're gonna be untapping 2 lands anyway. We'll be able to flip Azcanta soon enough. Tap up to 2 lands. Dreadhorde Invasion is so good. It's Planeswalker Killer. Basilica. We can't counter that. It's gonna make us discard a card too. Resolve. Sure. So it looks like we'll jumpstart a Chemister's Insight, and Teferi will go down to 1.
Don't make another move.
So this is not Esper Controller going against. This is like Esper Invasion, mid-range kind of style. So I'm gonna discard Fountain. Draw 2 cards. Great, we got the Teferi Time Raveler. Put that in the graveyard. Can you transform? How many? 6. So not enough to transform, but enough to Nexus. Okay. Looks like he knows we're gonna Nexus chain. So I'm expecting him to go more control heavy. I'm gonna take out the Tamiyos. Expect him to still have creatures. So Tamiyo might be too slow. I don't think he runs artifacts and enchantments. At least he might run Spyglass, but we don't know. I'm thinking of putting Lyra because he's probably gonna board out his creature removals. Definitely putting the Dovin Vetoes. And maybe take out Root Snare. Maybe a couple of Root Snare, no. Put in this, let's see. So he's probably got... Still probably got some creatures. Maybe I need to put Lyra Dawnbringer. No, I'll put back Tamiyo. See how we do. Game 2, match 3. Final match of this video. I love running fog decks. I've been playing a lot of fog back in the day, so this is my kind of deck. I'm not really much of an aggro player, so I love running Nexus of Fate decks. Too bad I can't play it in best of 1, but I know why it's banned. It's just fair that it's banned. It's just too powerful in best of 1. So Absorb, Growth Spiral, Dovin's Veto, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, 3 lands. I think we're gonna keep this. I guess you can Growth Spiral turn 2. Duress? Sure. Okay. Probably gonna have more Duress here. So we might board in our creatures next game. Okay, so playing Breeding Pool tap. So he got rid of our Dovin's Veto. Okay, so we don't have Dovin's Veto anyway. But we'll make him think there's Dovin's Veto. They just Growth Spiral at the end of his turn. Oh shoot. Okay. Growth Spiral before Hinterland. So that's gonna stop our counter spells.
Thank me later. Don't worry, I got you.
Teferi is good sideboard. It's effective. We might lose this one. What we can do is return that though. Growth Spiral. We can't counter anyway, so I'm just gonna go Growth Spiral. Play Nissa next turn. Then swing Teferi. I think that's the effective strategy. I guess Nissa is great in that sense. Or we can play Teferi.
That's more like it.
I mean, I could play Nissa now, but Thief of Sanity could be problematic. So I'm just gonna go play Teferi. Then -3.
I'll show restraint.
Because we don't want him getting cards from our deck. So that will slow him down a bit.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Great, he's gonna get our Nissa. Maybe I should play Nissa first. And we only have 1 copy of Nissa. But we can bring it back with Tamiyo. So where's his best... where's his friend? Her friend. Oh, we got our own Teferi. Cool. Sure. +1.
We need to move quickly.
I guess we could Nexus of Fate. Okay. What? I haven't even... He won't let me play Nexus of Fate. Oh well. Well, that's it. We got 3 wins. So... If you're playing best of 3, it looks like Nexus of Fate is a solid choice. So try it out, best of 3, because you can play in best of 1, obviously. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out, subscribe our channel. We'll be doing more of the Spark videos. See you around.